All right, Scorpios, here's your August 2026 message. So real quick, let's read your message. It says, Scorpio, for August 2026, love and learn in your life. We use this month to train our subconscious. We should always think like this. Use the month to train your subconscious. You're either focused or being distracted. Growth and love. Okay. And so that I read the messages for the month in this booklet. Here are the prompts made by ChatGPT from those messages in this one. We're going to read on these 3 questions, 3 prompts for Scorpio, for you. What is my subconscious learning today? The next prompt, the next question is, am I fully present or distracted? And the last one, the third one is, what does love ask me to learn? So what is my subconscious learning today? Let's see what that is. So I'm happy about this mode, this way I read, because it helps you see yourself, and on this channel, Black Nerd Tarot, I'm all about hardcore, work, hardcore grinding. I used to say hardcore chilling. So here's the question. What is my subconscious learning today? I like this card because this is actually about the realization being found. So, which you could say the subconscious realizes is that level. And then it's a deeper message of the card, So let's see, what is my subconscious learning today? 3 cards to answer the question. It's about giving your focus, what you're giving your focus. Your subconscious is learning. We don't have to give so much enthusiasm and belief and focus on these organizations, people who react to things unfairly, irresponsibly, incorrectly, right? You perceive them as overgiving to people or situations unfairly, and you don't have to worry about any of that shit. Even how they're responding to you, it's a trap. So then I believe I want to read Leo's message. So Leo's message is really helpful for you then. Leo's message is about watching out for your emotions being used against you. So I wrote, no emotions, no more feeding unimportant habits or emotions. Your emotions are being used against you. Yes. So if the organization or if your environment is doing things, people in your home space, workspace are doing things that you clearly know you wouldn't align with and you would give them a warning, then you automatically know, I'm going to just not be involved. This is their business. They're capable of handling themselves. They are capable of handling themselves. Okay. So then I'd say Libra's message is important too. I'll read that real quick. It says, my bad, Virgo's message is important. I meant to say Virgo. So feeling imbalanced this month means we trust balance will be created past perceived setbacks or bad investments. By being a boss through it all, trusting yourself to grow in stillness, you grow through this situation. Feeling disconnection means growth is coming. Feeling disconnection means growth is coming. So let's get on to the prompts. Okay, lastly, I'll read Taurus's message because that card came out. So then we'll get to those prompts. Forgive me. Taurus, feeling like a boss first in order to properly understand how to remain a boss. We have to be a boss first before we make our feelings priority. Beware of not being the best representation of yourself. Responsibilities must be handled first, then possibilities. Trust life past your own judgments. Be here and disagree with others and still connect. Disagree with how they handle it, disagree with how they're doing it, but still trust in them, trust yourself, trust life will balance it out for you. So this is stuff we've all heard before. Oh, I'm tripping. This is the first question I'm thinking anyway. So what is my subconscious learning? Whoops. The subconscious is learning to not feed into, what people do in your environment. So what is my subconscious learning today? To not feed into what your environment does. Not feed into what my environment does. When I say environment, I mean relationships around, at home or at work or the environment. That's what I mean, the relationships. To not feed into what my environment does around me. Or their interactions. Or their own interactions. Their own interactions. Here we go. Next question is, am I fully present or am I distracted? Am I fully present or distracted? Okay. So am I fully present or distracted? Am I fully present or distracted? All right, so let's see. Are you fully present or distracted? This is a perfect answer too, because it's like you're distracted by what you presently are taking in. So you really believe this has effect over you. You're distracted by what you believe there is going on, by what you believe these people are doing. Purposefully doing something, knowing the truth or knowing that it's not connected to truth, or you're distracted. It's a funny question. It was saying, are you fully present or distracted? It's funny because what you're fully present and aware of, people taking in and allowing distractions, you just have to be a boss and let go of the clarity that it's what it is. Kind of, it's like Libra's message. Like in their reading, they know, they see something for what it is, but yet they're just told not to even engage in it, or don't be so worried about it. Like, you just let it solve itself, really. And so, are you fully present or distracted? You have to somehow be present, yet ignore what's presently going on. Trust past what's presently going on. So it's not even about, you want to be present, yet trust past what distracts your attention. So you are distracted, but be present past what distracts you. See, I'm trying to spell past, like I'm spelling past, like pass, P-A-S-S, but be present past this. I guess it's P-A-S-T, past, or past the problem. Be present past the distraction. Be present past the distraction, or what distracts your emotions. Or what distracts you presently. Be present past the distraction, or what distracts you presently. Or what situation distracts you presently. What does love ask me to learn? Last prompt. What does love ask me to learn? What does love ask me to learn? Three cards. What does love ask me to learn? So what love is asking you to learn, it is what it is, man. It's like, yeah, take your emotions out of what you are understanding happening in front of you. What looks like a bad investment or things not investing fairly. You have to look at that and raise your attention higher than that perception. Feel past. You have to. This is seriously training you because, we take our emotions seriously, but you have to now take your emotions less seriously because your emotions don't know how it's going to unfold. So your emotions can see that shit, but it's like a game. Like, yeah, it's like we can still win the game. You can still make it work. But the idea is not believing it affects you. This is more so believing, oh, this, what they're doing is so crazy. What they're doing is so, but it's like, we're leading to learn to grow past what they do because what they do is their business. It's powerful. We can control our reaction to what they do. To where what they do doesn't matter anymore. We take the power out of what they're doing for our attention. In fact, knowing they want your attention is like, man. Crazy. And you would see it differently. You would only understand this should not affect me. So again, what is love asking me to learn? Even in the face of something that seems unfair, let it slide. That's what it would really be. It would be letting it slide is the perfect answer to embody what your emotions are trying to get you to learn is let it slide. So Virgo's message is really helpful. Let it slide. That's a perfect phrase too. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide, man, cause yeah, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna write let it slide. That's the perfect phrase. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna write that in quote unquote. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. ... We're working on our letting it slide muscles. We got to work on our let it slide muscles because, yeah, more important than anything, I mean, sometimes you just got to let it slide. There's nothing else. Just let it slide. And that phrase, if you heard it, it is what it is. It don't matter what they did was wrong. And that's the thing. Letting it slide. That's an ability a lot of people don't really have, In fact, a lot of us feel so rich. We don't let it slide. We feel so abundant in what we have. We feel upset even though we're so abundant. It's funny, the people who seem the most rich, they never let it slide, even though they can afford to let it slide. In fact, it would show maturity letting it slide or trusting that, sometimes we don't have the full information and people can make mistakes and letting it slide, and them knowing after the fact, I made a mistake and you let it slide. Thank you, because you allowed me to be a human, allowed myself to be flawed, and you still didn't abandon me or, tuck tail and react. You still let me, remain in your space. You showed mercy. So I think that's really important too, like to be able to let people be human. I'm glad I kept that thought. So I'm gonna let it slide. Let people be human. That's another thing. Like, because this is what happens. People are human. Sometimes shit happens, So, but our emotions can't accept that. So, let people be human. Sometimes that's all it is. Just a human miscalculation, a human mistake, human emotions taking over, fucking up everything. So let them be human. Let them be. They're only human. So I'm gonna let it slide. They're only human. We're only human. That's the place this can go to without it being held on to and becoming more toxic. And it's a word. Damn it. So let's get to the Celtic cross if we have enough time. I mean, the reading really did more than enough lifting, though. It's pretty much explaining the lesson. I really don't believe we need a Celtic cross, actually, but I'll do one real fast just to get one out there. I think the readings, I feel pretty good about that reading. I feel pretty good about this. Let's do it real fast. That's the 4 Cups challenge. This is the challenge. Present Energy 4 Cups challenge. Page of Wands. Detail number 1. Detail number 2. Detail number 3. Look at that. Yeah. Present. My bad. What's affecting you? Hangman in the right position. Reverse. That's the best position. How people see you. Mentality available. Here is the outcome. The best outcome. So judgment being in reverse clearly means he's putting it down. Like, all right, it is what it is. I'm not gonna. In fact, not understanding what it is. Don't solve this problem. Don't solve them. Don't focus on them, but yet let them be human. So you are detaching, looking at them with detached awareness. Even though you're analyzing their behavior, it's like you still don't have to make that make or break yourself. So, yes, you can still give light energy, in fact, this is a helpful exercise. Give to them even though they feel exactly how they want to feel about it. So this is them not having realization. Judgment can be even though they don't have realization. It's okay. Let it go. So judgment in reverse means they're not coming to realization. And yeah. You don't, and it's not doesn't take anything off of you, so you still keep your enthusiasm, still have trust, and then now they're off the hook because it's not for you to solve that. It's not for you. You keep balancing out despite that, So yeah, that's all it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just keep showing love while they do that. So yeah, let it slide. Because it's going to be what it is. I mean, letting it slide. Prepare to strengthen your let it slide muscles. Your letting it slide muscles are getting a workout. You're making your letting it slide muscles stronger. Later, Scorpio. There's the August 2026 message.